Oh, my God. Oh, I'm so thankful we get to come on the air today and not do disaster radio. How is everyone? Oh, don't worry. I'll save the anger for later in the week. I am just...
What's on your mind, Mike?
Rico, so many things. But we're only going to talk about one of them, which is something that felt it felt owed. It felt like these fans were entitled to. And I just will take you back to 3rd and 4 from the 37-yard line. And I went, oh, my God, not like this. Don't, please. 4 and change to go. Don't do this to these people. Don't allow Stafford to go down, run the clock, kick the field goal, and beat them, please. And it didn't happen. And I've never seen a venue look like that, sound like that here locally. I mean, the closest would be when the Tigers were in the World Series and Comerica was a total snake pit. You know, you want to say the Palace back in 2004, okay. You want to say the Joe back in the day, fine. But anyone who was at that game's going to tell you that was different. Dan Campbell acknowledged it was different. You guys were incredible. And credit Ford Field, it looked great. Like it looked the part of a major market venue. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, Rico's always said something, and it's real truth. We view LCA as this empty, sterile, boring, lousy place, right? Where it's like there's nothing there. It's because it's never seen a winner.
Yep.
Ford Field hosting a playoff game, you can't sell me that Arrowhead was a tougher place to play, or you can't sell me that whatever the hell your field is in San Francisco is a tougher place.
Snake pit.
It was incredible, and I will tell you this. You can laugh, you say whatever you want. Obviously, I've been here my whole adult life. I am not a Lions fan, but I have a weird trait that I am able to be happy for other people. Like it's okay, unlike Kelly Stafford. More on that later. I was moved by what I watched. And, you know, when they put up that 100-year-old dude or 92 or 88, or once you get to those numbers, you know, you've got a few infinity stones in your pocket. The dude was at the 57 title game. He's had season tickets for 66 years. Mm-hmm. I thought about the people who didn't make it. I thought about the people who died without ever seeing it. And there are plenty of you guys out there. It could be a mom, a dad, an uncle, an aunt, a cousin, a brother, whatever it may be. There are so many people who didn't make it to see this team finally just give you what in the grand scheme of sports is not a big deal. But here in Detroit,
it's a huge deal.
It's the biggest of deals.
But here's the other thing. Lions fans, pat yourselves on the back because you mattered. You affected the game. You were the reason why the Rams lost this thing.
Yeah.
You forced the Rams and McVay to call 2 timeouts in the second half, early in the second half, that they needed. They had one at the end of the game, which is why I don't know why he punted the ball, but he did. Horrible mistake on my part. But you affected this thing. They couldn't hear. Play clock was running down. They had to burn 2 timeouts. That wasn't because of the defense. It was because of you and how loud it was, and they couldn't communicate with each other.
It was awesome. But I guess the way I wanted to start it, we can get into as the week goes on. Goff and look, the Bucs thing, a word to the wise. Some of you guys are getting high on your own supply. Like you think you've got a right to go win playoff games by 30. You need to cut that. You can enjoy it. You can have a great time. But if I get another 42-10 text or something like that, you're showing your ass when you talk that way. You're showing you've never experienced this. The playoffs are hard. They're unpredictable. You don't believe me? Ask a Cowboy fan. Like, take it easy now. Lock in. You're going to have to play a good game to win this weekend. You're going to have to play well. Because last I checked, that was a 24-23 thriller. Mm-hmm. But it ain't like you walked out and dropped a bomb on somebody. Take it easy with this whole free square stuff.
It's not a free square, but as you like to say, Vegas ain't giving out discounts.
Nope.
They're saying you should win this game.
Correct.
And you should win this game by a touchdown.
But that ain't 42-10.
No.
Listening to mornings, listening to middays, the texts you get from buddies, I'm going, What are you, Chuck Swirsky? Mini Dicka versus God Dicka. Guys, breathe. Just breathe. Take it easy.
But yeah, I'm pregame show watching Green Bay destroy Dallas. I told Lions
You
fans,
hate to see it. Breaks your heart.
You win this game, and we're bringing the BOGO back.
You have a very good chance of being in the NFC title game.
Yep.
Think about it now. I never said NFC title game. I said win division, win playoff game. So
win a game, you're in the divisional round.
Right.
Now, I would probably give you about an 80% chance of making it to the Final Four of the NFL.
So I would love to know, for the people that were at the game, for the people that watched the game, understand this. So many people would want to be at that game. It's cost prohibitive. And it's who you're watching it with, not where you're watching it. That's why you have such a connection to sports. That's all it is. So whether you were in the living room with your father or whether you were at the game with your boys or whatever it is, I wanted to start the week with a general emotional check here of just, where does this rank amongst the wins in your life as a fan? That's a you question. Only you can tell me if it rates with championships in other sports. You know, make no mistake about it. If you're a Michigan State fan, winning that Rose Bowl in 2013 was bigger than winning the national title in hoops in 2000 for a lot of us, because that Rose Bowl was like a quest. It took 26 years, almost as long as the Lions streak of 30 to have a home playoff game. And it was about the people. It was about the people who didn't make it. It was about the people who said no to going in 87 because they'd be right back. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, it's emotional. I found it extremely moving. And it's just, it's awesome.
It is. And as you said, it's because the funny thing is you can feel happy for the people of Detroit and the city of Detroit because you've been waiting for so long to get this. It's like, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody who was at the game. I'm excited for people like Kenny, who is still floating around on cloud nine. But
Kenny's breathing is so heavy. I am very afraid for Kenny's health. Kenny's breathing. It's like you would think Kenny just like had sex. He's just out of breath and sweating, and he's like, I laid it all on the line this week. I'm like,
he did.
Who's to say that I haven't? No.
Okay. Oh, boy.
I mean, Kenny's walking around the concourse of Ford Field doing the "Let's Go Lions" chant.
Wow.
Like,
I was hugging strangers. It was a euphoric day. I'm serious.
Fantastic.
I'm not even upset about it.
Kenny was like one step away from being
Talking like he was like Bonnaroo or something.
It felt like it. It was
He went to Burning Man.
Kinda. I mean, Lions fans who were at that game can back me up when I say that was one of the greatest fan experiences. I've been to playoff games at the Joe. I've been to Pistons playoff games. That might have been my favorite fan experience I've ever had.
You know
From
what
the
I
tailgate
loved?
at the beginning to the end of the game.
I loved, and again, I know we always sit here and it's like, why do they make us look bad, right? NBC made us look fantastic. And it was so appropriate having Rico on the call because he lives here and he understands it.
Well, Collinsworth literally said, hey, you know what?
What does it mean?
I'm going to hand the mic over to you. You tell us what it means.
That was the first time Collinsworth shut up all night. But like just making the city look good, making us look good, and having someone tell our story. And I get to say our, not as a Lions fan, but as a human being that's lived here for over 20 years. It was just, it was perfect.
Well, not even that. And Rico is so good at his job. When the Rams first get on the field for their first drive and he's just silent and he just lets things play out, let the crowd set the picture for the people at home. Don't say anything. Collinsworth, shut up. Let them do this. That was amazing, and I think it only happens because he's from the area.
Correct.
Hey, he's okay, David. No, I'm just kidding, in case he's listening.
No, it was fabulous. And it just, I mean, some of the aerial shots of the town, all lit up in blue, the way the stadium looked, the way it sounded, it was just first class. And I mean, in a lot of ways, maybe America, in a small way, changed the way they think about this team. And I think it has to start there. And like, yeah, you need to win this weekend. And if you do, I think it erases just about.
See, I think America had already bought in because it wasn't just here that it was the outrage over the Dallas game. It was nationally. Like, they were upset. Like, the Lions just got screwed over. Like, whoa, you have allies now. Where it used to just be, that's Detroit. No one cares. Well, now, yeah, you came out there and the fans did exactly what I thought they were going to do. They were loud. They caused the Rams to burn 2 timeouts, which pretty much killed their in-game strategy. So that one was on the fans.
We got a lot of talking points, a lot of different angles to go. We wanted to leave it a little open to start the week, but we'll get into why Dan Gamble won that game. Dan Gamble, not Dan Campbell. I'll explain. Also, nobody booed your kids, Kelly. You can stop. I don't care what content you need for your low-rent podcast. No one cares. No one booed a 4-year-old. Stop it. Stop it.
When would they have the opportunity to
Stop it. No one. I don't care.
You're
how
locked away
big,
in a suite.
I don't care how big of a loser or how many beers you've had. You didn't boo a 3-year-old child.
Right.
Stop. You are attention deprived. You need to go away forever. Go back to your $100 million home. Please leave. Stop slandering this city.
Yeah. The only time you're upset at a 3-year-old if they're kicking the back of your airplane seat.
No one booed your kids.
That's it.
Ah! We're going to do a nice show today.
She just needed the story to somehow be about her.
Okay. We're going to do a fun show today.
Right.
Just.
Well, I mean, on the flip side of that is what I heard yesterday of people who were Stafford dissed the city. No, he didn't, folks. He lost. And did you hear what he had to say?
He's happy for the players.
Yeah, he's happy for the players. Like, you've booed him. You can't sit here and say how bad he is and how you booed him and then expect him to say great things about you when he loses. Doesn't work that way.
Okay. I think we're all a little emotional. Okay. We're going to turn this to the people.
Kenny, start us off with a Let's Go Lions.
We got a couple great football days planned that are Lion-centric. We're going to knock your calls out till 6 o'clock. Taking one day to just enjoy it. You know, Rico's over here puffing a heater. He's excited. A little Marlboro Red action for Rico.
I'm worried.
Why?
The Packers.
Will you shut up? 10-point favorite to play. Kenny, turn this man's microphone off.